The building's designed on what was previously the northern lawn, and so therefore has a good relationship to the street and northern light, which is very important in a building. And the entry comes from within the school campus, and therefore in the centre of the building there's a foyer that links all the elements and has a view straight through to natural light on the other side where the staircase goes up the building, so that there's a lot of natural light comes down the stairwell into the building to light all the rooms. And essentially to the left on the ground floor is the student reception and student administration facilities, and on the right is the lecture theatre, hopefully performing arts space, and that foyer will also be a major connection into the new resource centre, and the resource centre will open up into that foyer and making a very flexible space. So when there's a major presentation happening for the 300 people who can sit in the lecture theatre auditorium, they can use this foyer space and spill into the resource centre to mingle before and after an event. So that was very important to get natural light into the building. The facade of the building is quite deeply sculptured in terms of windows, deep walls and windows, so that those deep walls help shade the windows from sun. So we want light, but we don't want too much sun, otherwise it overheats. And in the lecture theatre, when it's in performance mode, we also need to be able to control that light, often shut it out with shutters and the like, so that we can get a blackout in the room for a performance. So that's a very important design criteria. And then on the upper levels, what we have is group and learning spaces and a whole variety of furniture opportunities and learning opportunities, so both for a whole class, individual work, group work, breakout spaces into the foyers to do project work and work in small groups, then go back into classrooms and so on. And again, really that fundamental arrangement that there's a large foyer in the middle with lots of natural light coming from the stairwell on the northern side, classrooms or other spaces around it, and then a connection back into the existing building to make those connections work. And on the second level is the VCE centre, primarily, with a large social space and individual and group study spaces. And then on the top level is new classrooms for a year level, which may well be year 7. And then that connects into the art classrooms, and they're going to get a major refurbishment so that what was previously a whole lot of storerooms and support spaces down the centre is opened right up into a very wide corridor, which will become actually an art gallery to display work and also be a place for group work outside classrooms. So all of those make quite new types of learning environments for students.
For us, it has potential to impact significantly. It creates a space where there is really and truly a learning hub in the school, because it will be a lecture theatre where people can deliver a lecture, where students can listen to speakers who bring the learning from outside into the school. And then it's very close to the resource centre, and our vision is to actually refurbish that resource centre into another contemporary learning hub and a great thriving place for students to be. The Year 12 Centre itself offers opportunities for quiet study, group work, and a lovely social gathering space for students at a time when they need as much support as they can in order to really be their best at the end of their secondary education. For us, another great benefit is the gallery that Virginia talked about, because so much of the learning in many parts of our school is hidden, and this opens up the art and design area, which has been a very, very important part of Siena's education for many years. And the opportunity to be able to look into the classrooms and see what's happening there is really something that we're looking forward to greatly.
So the architectural treatment of the building is that the lecture theatre auditorium is the heart of the building, and it's a very distinctive space and quite a special space, and a very high quality room with acoustic treatment and performance equipment, hopefully, in the mix. And it is clad in some lovely rust-coloured materials, a sort of variegated palette based on the Siena red. And that is expressed right around the lecture theatre into the foyer spaces. So it really expresses that room to people as they walk into the building. And then beyond that, the rest of the building embraces that lecture theatre and wraps around it, linking it back into the rest of the learning centre and the school as a whole.